For my grade 10 first semester passion project, I decided to take on the task of designing and creating a series of small living spaces using a shipping container as a frame. Now, when we were first told that we'd be doing passion projects again at the beginning of the year, the first and only thing that shot through my head was architecture. Ever since I was a little boy, I've always been amazed by architecture and loved to design and create things. This made the passion project meaningful to me because an architect is a career I'd like to pursue when I'm older. Now, last year in grade 9, my passion project was also along the lines of architecture. I made a series of residential homes and also said that I'd continue them into grade 12. However, that all changed. This year, I wanted to make something that could hopefully one day make a life-changing impact on someone or somebody. This required a bit more thought than I had planned on. How do I change the world but also use design and architecture as well? After some long research and talking with people, I finally settled on disaster homes. Not just any disaster home, but one that can come from a recycled shipping container and could be self-sufficient, meaning that it doesn't need to be hooked up to power or water to survive. These disaster homes would be made and stored in a location in Canada and then be ready to ship out to places who are in need of them. As I got deeper into this idea, more and more ideas and advantages started cooling around in my mind. Some including that since the exterior dimensions of the home will still be the same as a shipping container, they're going to be easily fit onto ships, trucks, and trains, making them a lot easier to be transported than, say, other irregular shaped disaster homes. I also started thinking beyond the disaster home. Using the same refurbished shipping container technology, I could make 3 more models that I settled on. I wanted to complete the main disaster home, a recreational cabin, and one that could be used by the military, such as sleeping areas or headquarters. My next step was to start designing. I used a professional architectural design software to create the homes. However, throughout my time designing these shelters, the problem came up that there wasn't just like a button I could press that was for a shipping container, and most of these softwares were designed for homes. So it was really hard to create shipping container-like dimensions, as well as the fact that all the preloaded items wouldn't fit in the shipping container, which meant I had to create everything from pixels. This made the project take a lot longer than I had expected. So, I started out with the main disaster home. In this home, I created a floor plan that included a 4-person bunk bed, a kitchen with all the needed appliances, an eating area that sits 4 people, a 3-piece bathroom, all in only 160 square feet. This build went smoothly with no issues, besides the fact of fitting all the amenities of a normal-sized house into such a small area. I definitely learned some new techniques that would be important in my future career, such as if I'm designing, say, an apartment or a small townhome where there's not a lot of space to work with. I learned lots of skills here that can be helpful in that. The first disaster home took about 3 weeks to design and create. I then moved on to the second home, the recreational cabin. This home was designed as a small vacation home that could be put on the owner's property, whether that's the woods, mountains, or sandy beach, whatever. I achieved this by using 2 shipping containers, here and here, attaching them together on the job site, but being transported separately. I got this idea from modular homes. In a modular home, the items of the sections of the house are built in a factory, then assembled almost like a big puzzle on the job site. This is a lot more cost efficient and easier to transport. Now, in this home, I created a floor plan that included a large deck that can be also built on the site. This added a lot more outdoor living space. I also fit in a living room, a full bathroom, a small gourmet kitchen, and a bedroom that can fit a queen-size bed. All this was fit into only 320 square feet. The average size of a home in Canada is 2,000 square feet, just to show you how small this really is. Now, a skill I learned from designing this home was to use what nature gives you and apply it to your work, which in my case was sunlight. I used large windows to let in as much light as possible to save money on lighting. Sunlight also can help to heat the home through the windows, as well as the fact that all my designs have solar panels on the roof, which power the home, making them self-sufficient. Now, unfortunately, this was as far as I was able to get in my designs. This process of designing and creating virtual homes is long and slow, and I wasn't able to fit it all into our Wednesday English periods. So even though I was only able to complete 2 out of the 3 homes that I'd planned on completing, I still learned lots of new techniques that will help me in my future career. And not finishing may not be as bad as it sounds. This way, if our projects continue on in the coming years, I'll have something to go back and improve on or finish. As famous architect Frank Lloyd Wright once said, an architect's most useful tools are an eraser at the drawing board and a wrecking ball at the job site. This basically means some of your best ideas can come from you looking at your work, changing it up, or taking it down. Thank you.